What's good, YouTube? Zeramus555 here, and I'm coming to you guys today with a deck profile. This is going to be 6 Samurai. No, I'm just kidding. For all of you who have been sending me comments recently, I've had a couple people about me not doing enough variety in my videos. I said a comment about this, but I'll say it again. I do a lot of deck profiles on this channel. I'm not going to name off all the decks I've done deck profiles for, but I don't just do Samurai. I don't do Samurai videos all the time. I just get a lot of requests to update my Samurai deck. People always want to know when I'm playing with Sams. And I'm honestly, when I'm just doing a video, I'm just fulfilling your requests because you guys are the viewers. I want you guys to like what you're watching. And you few people that don't like what you're watching, maybe you need to rethink. Before you send a comment to somebody, think before you speak. It's one of those situations. I mean, you're being a little selfish when you say stuff like that. And once again, I'm here for you guys. So, yeah, just remember that. Anyways, without further ado, I just built this deck recently. I freaking love it. It's like probably my favorite deck I've played in a long time. Grandsoil Psychics. Yes. A friend actually gave me one of these for free. Thank you, Brendan. Check out his channel. It's like bman4577x or something. I don't know. I forgot what it is. I'll put a link up here. Yeah, so I had a lot of the cards to this deck, and he gave me a Grandsoil for free. I know, it was a late birthday present. And I was like, you know what? I really need to build this deck. I had like 2 AE tallies already. I had a lot of the commons, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to build Psychics. So I did. And Holden, or Master of Hyperion, hooked me up with the rest of the cards I needed. So shout out to him as well. Make sure to check him out as well. I have a link to him right here. He's a good up-and-coming YouTuber. He gave me the rest of the cards I needed. I've been testing it the past few days, and I absolutely love it. It's extremely powerful. I'm already at 2 minutes, so I'm just going to get onto the deck profile. 1 Grandsoil. I only have 1, of course. I'm trying to get a second. I would like to actually run 2. I wouldn't run 3. Jeff Jones ran 3, but I honestly think that 3 is too much. Like, I was testing Dueling Network, and I know obviously Dueling Network's bad for testing, but I could have even been proxy in another one. And I just found Dueling Network even, like, you drop the 1, usually you're in a really good spot. But 3, if you open up a 2 and you have like a bunch of other dead cards in your hand, like Commander and stuff, it's really hard to get things going in a direction you're probably going to lose. So I think that's the only reason Jeff Jones does so well with it is because he's just an excellent player. 3 Grandsoil works for him, but I really don't think it would work for a whole lot of other people. 2 Maxx. If I was going to run another one, I'd run 2. My build's very similar to his, but it does have quite a few changes as well. He was only running 2 Silent Psychic Wizards. I am running 3. This guy is a beast. Now, the reason I'm running 3 is the whole deck's just floaters, basically. It's just float. When you Synchro, he gets his effect off. He's just really powerful. 1900, he crashes with Thunder King. And combos well with the other 5 main Psychics I'm running. I'm running 3 Witch. She's the MVP of the deck. And I'm actually running 2 Esper Girls. He was only running 1, and excuse me, I think you need to run 2. I mean, there's that chance you might actually draw 1, which sucks, but that's the problem. Is if you draw 1, the whole engine's kind of shut down a little bit, and drawing just 1 of them can be kind of devastating. But is like if you get both of them in the deck and you don't draw either of them, and you get your Witch started, and then you get like a Wizard going off, and you just got like all these crazy combos. Usually, I don't lose any games where I get off both Esper effects. There's just too many pluses off of it. And Witch is just one of the best floaters in the game. She's insane. Like, Torrential in this deck is ridiculous. You Synchro with her, she obviously doesn't get her effect, but like any other way she's destroyed, she goes off. So she's extremely powerful. And I think 3, 3, and 2 is just a better ratio. I tried 3, 2, and 1, and it just like, I don't know. Like I said, you drew the 1 Esper Girl, and you're just like, frick. And the deck was just so slow, so... 2 Psychic Commander, he's just your level 3 tuner, and I actually won a game earlier today with this guy. He's pretty cool because he's actually any Psychic monster. When they're attacked during the damage step, you can pay up to 500, and the monster attacking it loses. So I think the dude was like attacking with BLS or my Thought Ruler, and he didn't notice that this could do that. So yeah, pretty good. 1 Psychic Jumper. I would run 2 of these. I wish I had a second one, but I only have 1. This card's awesome. It's basically like a brain control, but you keep the monster. So I guess it's more of a creature swap, but basically you pay 1,000, it's not a cost, and you take their monster and you give them one of your Psychics. So what you do is you like summon this guy, you'll basically go E-Tele for a Witch, and then the Witch will trade with something big on their field. I've like swapped for BLSs, I've swapped for like a Trag, and then had 6 cards in my hand, like crazy stuff like that. And then you punch over your Witch, she gets her effect, and if you want to, you can like Synchro or something, or XYZ, whatever you want to do. So he's so good. I need a second one, I only have one, but for now in his place, I'm actually running 1 Cleric. This card's actually really good too. If I have like Esper Girl's Dead in the Grave, you can summon this guy. Sadly, his effect is a cost to send a card from your hand to the graveyard, but the cool thing is you can send any card. So say you're playing like Chaos Dragons, you got a dead MST in your hand, you summon this guy, pitch an MST, and then banish your Esper Girl, and then you're gonna like enemy controller. You can leave this guy on the field as a floater, and then that specials the Esper Girl, and their effect goes off. But I mean, you could Synchro with him, and then he gets his effect too. So he's much like a Wizard, very, very good card. So that's my whole Psychic engine. For one-ofs, I'm running 1 Giant Rat. I didn't like 2. Jeff Jones was running 2, and I tested it out, and it was just like, that's too much. I mean, you open up with like 2 Witches, it's already kind of dead anyways, so I figured 1 was just good. The Rat can also grab me Card Trooper, but it's very rarely going to happen. Since I'm only running 1 Grandsoil, I just have the 1 Trooper. I still like it just for the milling and the fact that I can crash into like Thunder King and stuff. And I am running a pretty awesome trap in here, which everybody knows, but it runs really well in this deck. And then 1 Grammel. This is what I usually go into with Rat a lot of times if I, Witch is already in the graveyard, is just crash Grammel and Mega Pluses. It's such a good card. You can attack this thing set monsters, and then like, I've had games I've won just because I have Witch on the field. My opponent's playing like a very slow like set deck, like Evils or something, and he keeps like setting the West slow, and I'm just like, summon, bounce, attack, summon, bounce, attack, and you just like keep attacking with that main monster you have on the board, and then this guy just keeps bouncing. Like, Grammel is just so MVP. Next up, these are proxies. 2 shiny Black Seas. This is actually 2 Maxx Seas. As we all know, the tins are coming out on Tuesday. I'm getting 2 of the tins, so I'm proxying those for now. Maxx Seas really good in this deck. It's an Earth. You draw cards, and I'm running Tragoedia and Gorz, so 2 Effect Veiler, and I don't like 3. 2's fine. And my other 3 hand traps, 2 Tragoedia and 1 Gorz. Trag's bust in this deck. This is actually a very, very small. I do run traps in this build. Jeff Jones really only ran 1 trap, but it was kind of like, it was chainable. I do have a couple chainable traps, but mainly, it's just for protection. His build's a little bit different than mine, as you guys can probably already tell. He ran obviously 3 Grandsoil, and then 2 Giant Rats, and yeah. 3 Emergency Teleport. This card is ridiculous. The fact that Konami put this to 3, thank you, but it's awesome. I mean, like, if you don't have Witch, this is your Witch toolbox as well. You can just, like, you're attacking with something, go battle phase, special Witch, crash, get her effect, and then your whole loop starts going off. And it's just, like, it's so good. You can use her, once again, the battle phase, so you can special out, like, your opponent goes to declare an attack, and you can go Emergency Teleport, and you can special summon Psychic Commander, and then they attack in your guy, and you lose, make their monster lose 500 attack. Like, I've done stuff like that. Sadly, the monster banishes during the end phase, but I mean, this deck's sweet because you can just like go Leviair and you like bring stuff back. Leviair is ridiculous in this deck. 2 Pot of Duality just adds consistency, gets me to Witch faster, gets me to whatever cards I might need, and yeah, just a good card. We got 2 MST in Storm. I tried 3 MST. Jeff Jones said he didn't like 3. I don't like 3. I agree. It's just too much. You don't need it. Yeah. You have like the Naturia monsters anyways you can easily go into. 1 Miracle Synchro Fusion. This card's awesome. He was running 2, but like he said in his video, he would take it down to 1 or none. I still like the 1 just because it's a stick top deck, and you set it and it still gets MST'd, and you get a plus off of it. So that's really, really good. And yeah, Ultimate Axon Kicker's a beast. So... and then we got 1 Mind Control, really good in this deck. I'm running lots of tuners, lots of XYZ plays, yada yada yada. I actually do this all the time. Play Holden's or Master of Hyperion's Chaos Dragons. Take his BLS and you banish it. It's a clutch play. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it. It's just a good card. Avarice is legit in this deck. Excuse me, sorry guys. And Reborn Dark Hole. I don't run Book. There's no synergy with it in the deck, so you just don't need it. And then last but not least, we got traps. So... 2 Torrential Tributes is awesome because of Witch, Card Trooper. You set Witch, you set Torrential, and they try to go off. You flip, you get your effect. It's just good stuff. So 2 Torrential is really, really good. Jeff Jones's build, I found like his build is, since I'm not running the 3 Grandsoils, I can't OTK as fast as he could, potentially could. So I'm running the Torrentials, a little bit more control. And then when I know I can go for big pushes, I can. This deck just gets so much advantage over time. Like each turn, you're like plussing over your opponent. That having the Torrentials and stuff just makes even more leeway for you to get your plays off successfully. So 2 Called Haunteds. I was originally in 2 Warnings, but I was like, you know what? I can't pay life points in this deck. I'm running Gorz, I'm running Trag, and people OTK you. You just flip up Warning, and they just Monster Reborn it, and you're just like, oh my gosh. So, I mean, this isn't obviously a replacement. I was going to try 2 Bomblesses, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do 2 Called Haunteds. This card is freaking insane in this deck. Obviously, I have the 1 Trooper. If they MST'd, I can chain it, grab Trooper, draw a card. But the thing that's so good is grabbing Witch. Sorry, I had to do a little cut there. So yeah, 2 MSTs, you chain it on your Witch. She gets her effect, and then you just go off that way too. It's just more pluses, and I mean, you can also do Synchro plays, you can do XYZ plays. Yes, it conflicts with Gorz, but Gorz is 1 card in a 40-card deck. So, I mean, I haven't had any problems with it yet. I'm really, really enjoying it. And that's the deck, guys. It's 40 cards. I will have the deck list down below. And you are going to want to see the extra deck, obviously, so I'll show you really quick. I don't have all the cards for it, sadly. I'm missing Ultimate Axon Kicker, but I'm kind of working with what I got for now. I also don't have that level, what's his name, Psychic Nightmare. I don't have him. He's like 15 bucks, and he's good, but I mean, I don't know. 1 Barkion, awesome in this deck, very easy to make. Same with Beast. You get both out in the field, you're usually in a really good spot. Scrap Dragon's good in this deck as well. 1 Thought Ruler Archfiend. He's legit. You like negate stuff, you attack, you gain life points. Really, really good. Black Rose, you can do lots of clutch plays with that. This card's really, really awesome too. Psychic life Transfer. Basically, you just banish a Psychic from your graveyard, you gain 1,200 life points. 1,200 is 1,200. I mean, that can make some big differences in the end game. 1 Gaia Probably if I had Psychic Life Transfer, or sorry, Psychic Nightmare, I'd probably go replace it with that guy. Catastor. Clutch. Android's awesome in this deck too. Just another Psychic, and gains 600 at the end phase. It's good. So that's all the Synchros. XYZs, we have 1 Leviathan Dragon. There's no rank 4s or anything here. It's just all rank 3s, basically. Leviair is busted in this deck. You have a banished Esper Girl, and you just bring Leviair out in special, and she gets her effect, so that's kind of stupid. Tempo, it's a clutch card. Basically, you just get rid of Zen main stuff. You get rid of Acid Golem. It's, stuff like that. 1 Zen mains. And 1 Gotchi. I wasn't running this originally, but I put Gotchi in. I just found I had a lot of times where my opponent had like level 2s on the field, and I'd have my level 2, and I'm just like mind control. I'm like, shoot, I can't synchro or anything. So, just having the Gotchis in there. I'm running quite a few level 2s, so I figured I'm running 3 of them. So I figured, you know what, 4 or 5. Anyways, that's the deck profile. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want an easier way to check out the deck, it's right down there so you can take a peek. Also, don't forget to check out Master of Hyperion and B-Man 4577X. You guys all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Happy Halloween. Peace.